If I know somebody likes to play aggressive, I'll try to get a feel for their like timing for when they like to be aggressive, right? So I'll usually be patient and I'll usually just like see how they like to get in. Do they drive rush, jump, and stuff? And then once I get a feel for it, I'll start to be preemptive on the timing that they like try to go in. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're just filling out the opponent. They're like
Yeah.
over aggressive. You start preemptively throwing
Yeah,
out
and
buttons.
I think that it's good to just like preemptively throw out buttons like this and stuff against people who are overly aggressive, because when somebody's overly aggressive, they're usually not thinking about like whiff punishing you and stuff, right? They're not like waiting. They're constantly thinking about how they're going to get in. So they're thinking about when they're going to jump, and they're thinking about when they're going to drive rush. And they can't like think about when they're going to drive rush and whiff punish you at the same time, right? It's too like high on the mental stack, unless they're like super good, right? So if somebody's just like actually playing really unga bunga, usually I'll just do stuff like this and I won't even get whiff punished. If they start whiff punishing me, then I'll stop, but that'll make them play slower, right?
What's up, guys? It's Trunks, and I'm here in Vegas for Evo. And in today's coaching video, we're going to be talking about how to play patient and why it's important. So if that sounds like something that you might struggle with, make sure to check out the video, because I'm sure it'll be a good one. And as always, if you like the content, make sure to like, comment, or subscribe, because a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, and it will help out the channel a lot so we can help everybody achieve their fighting game goals. And if you're at Evo, make sure to come say hi.
Yo, what's up, Easy?
Yeah, what's up, man?
You've been playing a little bit?
Yep.
I remember last time we were talking about you were like trying to like walk forward more in your neutral and stuff. Has that been going well?
Yeah, I've started, crouch block, adding my crouch block into that as well. So
yeah. So you think you've been getting more comfortable with it? That's dope. All right, well, we can just get right into it. I don't know if you wanted to. I remember last time we were talking about VODs, or we could also play and then watch VODs.
I do have like something in mind. Like I want to like learn how to deal with like people that are like over aggressive.
Yeah, for sure.
Like in neutral, and just the mental stack is like real heavy when they do that.
Yeah,
and just like being able to deal with that. So you're done with jury, or it's just Akuma's just the one for now?
I think Akuma's the one for now. I haven't been playing jury a lot, but what do you use to like check drive rush, I guess?
It depends on the range. If they're like this range, like right here, I'll do like crouch and light punch, or crouch and medium punch.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. This is what I would use a lot when I play jury. It's just like really fast, it's 6 frames. I think her jab's kind of bad, to be honest. So this is barely slower, but it's like it's way more active. It has more active frames, and it's way bigger. Do you like be preemptive with your neutral a lot, or what do you usually think about that? Like,
But I'm trying to get better at being reactive too.
Yeah, I think that it's good to be like reactive, but against people who play hyper aggressive, they're usually not that good at whiff punishing, right? Because they're thinking about when they're going to go in all the time. So they're not like waiting to react and whiff punish you. So you can honestly get away with stuff like this or this. If I know somebody likes to play aggressive, I'll try to get a feel for their like timing for when they like to be aggressive, right? So I'll usually be patient, and I'll usually just like see how they like to get in. Do they drive rush, jump, and stuff? And then once I get a feel for it, I'll start to be preemptive on the timing that they like try to go in. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're just filling out the opponent. They're like over aggressive. You start preemptively throwing out buttons.
I think that it's good to just like preemptively throw out buttons like this and stuff against people who are overly aggressive, because when somebody's overly aggressive, they're usually not thinking about like whiff punishing you and stuff, right? They're not like waiting. They're constantly thinking about how they're going to get in. So they're thinking about when they're going to jump, and they're thinking about when they're going to drive rush. And they can't like think about when they're going to drive rush and whiff punish you at the same time, right? It's too like high on the mental stack, unless they're like super good, right? So if somebody's just like actually playing really unga bunga, usually I'll just do stuff like this and I won't even get whiff punished. If they start whiff punishing me, then I'll stop, but that'll make them play slower, right?
So if let's say, for example, like a Cammy does a spin knuckle on entry or something, you'll just preemptively.
I actually react to spin knuckle with this.
Oh.
A lot of times, especially in the Cammy matchup, I think it's really good just to default to crouching medium punch. That will beat everything she does. So like, for example, if I dive kick, you can react to crouching medium punch.
You talking about while she's in the air?
Yeah, like right when she leaves the ground. And it usually won't even trade. Yeah, like that. You see that? You see how far it hit me? See that shit?
Oh, that's kind of wild.
Yeah. Once you know that, it's so good, right? She can't even do this ever.
Okay.
But they usually do it predictably. Yeah, like something like that. Yeah. You can do it pretty early because it's really big. Yeah, you see how early you did it?
Yeah, I'm
no,
like
earlier,
wait until she's close.
Yeah, don't wait until she's
the
close. You
better.
can do it from like super far. They usually do it from like this range too, though. Yeah.
So
really
usually I'm trying to like DP that.
I think it's okay. It's good to DP it. It depends on the situation, right? Like it depends on what you're looking for, right? If I have a read that they're gonna do that, I'll just look for the DP. It's like, do you use fireballs against Cammy a lot?
Sparingly.
Oh, okay, I actually think it's pretty good if you do the fireball like at this range, but obviously not good at this range, right? Because she can react to spin knuckle. So it's kind of good to throw out fireballs at this range, because what'll happen is if you like throw out a fireball here and you get ready to DP, a lot of times you'll be able to DP them in time, right? So like try to fireball. If they're reacting and they do that, you can DP. You see that? Only if they like read the timing, but then even if they read the timing, they could get a regular jump in, right? If they were like in neutral, I'll just be like kind of waiting and ready to check with crouching medium punch, because you can obviously check with this, check that, and you can check this with crouching medium punch. And it's also pretty good to just throw out preemptively, because it's really hard to whiff punish that button, right? It's pretty fast, unless they like really practice with it, you know?
Yeah, so that's like one of the main things I struggle against. You know, her, Zangief, and of course in Bison, but I think everybody struggles with him.
Yeah, he's just broken. Well, I can talk to you about some Bison stuff too if you want. So like, how do you deal with scissor kick usually?
If it's like within range for me to punish, I throw out jab and then crouch and medium kick.
Yeah, so I think that you don't want to do jab because it's so close range, and nobody's ever gonna like space it that bad, right? Like try to jab this, see how it whiffs.
Yeah.
You don't want to be throwing out jab just because it'll never hit him, right? He's never gonna do it at a bad, like a good Bison will never do it like at this stupid range, right? They'll usually do it like here. Okay. You see how your jab whiffs and your crouching medium kick isn't fast enough, right? So what I would do is stand light kick. Because it's 5 frames, this is actually -5. So if they misspace it, it'll always punish counter. A lot of like Bisons, they might try to space it perfectly, and then you can't really do anything because he's just broken if he spaces it perfectly. But if he does it even slightly off, you can light kick into light DP or whatever DP you want to do, right? Yeah. And then you get the knockdown, right?
And then it's my turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You want to try it one more time? I think it's best to do DP after light DP because you get Oki. Yeah, and then you get the knockdown. Exactly.
So I kind of want to walk up more against him.
Not necessarily, actually. So, like, I would say against bad Bisons, yes, you can walk up because they'll misspace scissor kick. But if they stop scissor kicking, then you have to start, like, playing in that ambiguous range, right?
Yeah, I gotta respect them.
Yeah, you gotta start respect because his buttons are so good, right?
I can't believe they made a character like this.
Yeah, he's actually stupid as fuck. Yeah, I think the light kick thing will help because it'll stop them from scissor kicking if you consistently punish them and they're worried about like the range. And then also if you like float in that ambiguous range, you can make him misspace it, or you can make him whiff entirely, and if you make him whiff entirely, then you can just murder him. Do you want to play some games, or is there something you wanted to ask about?
I want to play some games, and then I guess if you see like something that's kind of glaring.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I think there you just want to be a little careful with the meter spin.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice indeed. Nice. Oh, good shit. Nice job.
Thanks.
Three times the last 2 days, with 2 of those being times in bracket. That's funny, Joe.
Gotta stop doing that.
Nice there. Nice there. Nice. Oh, Trunks, I'm finally an adult. I'm Unk now. Was it your birthday yesterday, Joe? Today? Today's your birthday? Holy shit, happy birthday, Joe. Nice. Nice little finish. Oh! Yeah, that was... Oh! Nice.
Yeah, I was trying to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, that's really good. I think, do you want to... Let's talk about something real quick, and then we can play some more games. Well, the first 2 games, you were playing pretty, like, aggressive first, right? You were, like, walking up a lot. I was able to clip you with a lot of buttons and stuff. In the last game, you started whiff punishing me, and it was like, and then that got you the win, right? Your default style should not be walking forward, right? I think maybe your default style now is like aggressing at first. It's better to like play a little bit more passive at first, especially in ranked, right? Where people play like animals, you know? Because like you get way more information at 0 risk for playing passive at first, right? So like if the round starts here, I have so much space to walk back, right? Usually I'll walk back and see if they like do, like a lot of players usually aren't disciplined enough to like walk up and take space like this slowly. A lot of players will just like start playing Unga Bunga. Yeah, exactly. So like, I mean, it's kind of interesting because you play Jury, so like you can kind of get away with like just playing Unga, like Unga Bunga by yourself. But I think in order to get to higher levels, you want to be able to like play slow and like get information first for a little bit, you know?
Okay. So you're saying like from opening,
yeah,
just
from
like
opening,
a little more relaxed.
Yeah, like your win
back.
rate I think will increase if you start off patient and then start to incorporate aggression where it makes sense. Whereas if you start aggressive you're kind of making your game a little more volatile, right? Because if somebody's playing random, right? Like let's say you're playing some random ranked opponent who just presses buttons and drive rushes randomly and jumps randomly. That player might beat you at the beginning if you're starting to play a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
But if you start off passive and you're good at passive, you'll beat that player. And then like if I notice that somebody is disciplined, then I will start being a little more aggressive, right?
So you saying you want to be more aggressive when someone's disciplined?
Yeah. So like for example, right? If I am very like if I start off the game and I'm playing passive, and then the other player is like walking me down and taking space like this, I know eventually I'm gonna like go back in the corner, right? So that's why like if they're taking space disciplined, then I will need to force some aggression at some point, right, and walk forward. But a lot of times against worse players, if I just walk back like this, a lot of times they'll do something stupid like whiff, or they'll like jump or like drive rush, and I can stop all of those. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because people want to try to get in as hard as they can.
Yeah, and a lot of people aren't disciplined to walk me down to the corner and take space, right? Because walking back is like pretty powerful, right? Like if I'm walking back, I can theoretically stop everything that they can do. Like if you drive rush from this range, I can check you. If you jump from this range, I can anti-air you. If you whiff at this range, I can whiff punish you, right? The only thing it like kind of loses to is somebody who's disciplined enough to walk me down, right? And make me start thinking.
Pretty much someone that can make it so that their buttons don't whiff.
Yeah, exactly. Then I have to start playing the game with them. But like if I start off the round and I walk forwards, right? What happens if the other person also walks forwards and presses the button randomly, right? You might get clipped.
Yeah.
So like if you watch like Punk a lot, he like a lot of times he will play extremely passive at first. Especially when he's fighting like players who aren't like super high level, he'll play a little bit more passive at first. But when he plays somebody who's more disciplined, like another top player, he'll walk them and do like lights on their block and like start off the game more aggressive because he knows that they'll play disciplined. Well, like because if you think about it, right, you walking forward is inherently risky. If I'm walking forward, I'm susceptible to everything. So like this is only good if you kind of have the idea that your opponent is not wanting to commit that hard. I wouldn't walk forward a lot, basically, into their space against people who are really random. And I would say, like, players in 15 to 16 can be pretty random sometimes. Yeah,
I've seen
and
it.
I think you said you struggle against those, like, really aggressive random players.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's because you don't want to be too, like, aggressively walking forward against random people, right? In my opinion. Because it's way easier to stop random aggression, like, when you're a little more spaced and you have control of your movement walking backwards.
Yeah, that leads into like another thing that I wanted to learn, just like spacing when it comes to like pressing certain buttons in neutral. Like just knowing when to press certain buttons, I guess. Like how would you go about learning that for like any character in general?
So I would say, like for me, it just comes down to experience at the end of the day, but I like to think about like what makes it good, right? So like for example, like with Akuma, I like to stick this out if I think they're going to walk forwards, right? Because let's say they block it, I'm still safe and like spacing trap them. So that's why I think it's good to like be a little like being preemptive. If I think they're going to walk forward, I'll be preemptive with this button. It's pretty good. The other thing is like doing a light on their block is pretty good because it like baits them to like try to stop you. In your context for Jury, when I play Jury, I like to press heavy punch preemptively a lot. Yeah, that was like a good preemptive button in my opinion. Because like a lot of players, they'll like sit at this range and then like if they like let's say they're like thinking they want to be a little more aggressive and they walk up, you can just clip them with that, right, as they're walking forward. You can also use crouching medium kick like that.
When would you use the standing?
I don't use that in neutral because it's not very good as like a neutral tool because it doesn't get you any reward, right? Like stand medium kick, it's not special cancelable, right? Like you can't drive rush off of it unless you hit the close hit. Only the close hit is special cancelable. So I like to use it as like it can be used sometimes as like a get off me tool. Are you familiar with like the option select with that button? So like do you know about like the two mediums on the block into stand medium kick?
Two mediums on the block and
okay. So do a drive rush and two mediums on my block and into a medium kick. Yeah. Watch what happens when I try to jab out. You see how you hit the first hit? So it's an option select, right? So do it again and cancel the first hit of the standing medium kick into a... Yeah, you see how it canceled? Now watch what happens if I don't mash. You see how it couldn't cancel because it didn't hit the first hit. Does that make
Oh
sense?
snap! I need to use that.
Yeah, yeah. So do it again, and I'll just mix up what I do. It's a super good OS. And then you get the knockdown, and then if they don't mash and they block, yeah, see, it's a space trap. So you either get the hit if they're mashing and you frame trap them and get the knockdown, or they block and the second hit can't be special canceled, and then you're space trapped safely. In neutral, I think her main buttons are like crouch medium kick and stand heavy punch. Honestly, I think with Jury, a lot of times you're just, when I was playing Jury, at least when I got her to 1900, I was using just crouching medium kick, crouching medium punch, and stand heavy punch. The thing about Jury, though, is all her buttons are really committal, right? So, for example, like, you see how long her buttons linger for? Like, yeah. That's the most easily whiff punishable button in the game, right? It, like, just lingers for so long. And same with her crouching medium kick. They linger for a long time. And that's because she has a lot of range, but her buttons linger for a long time. So, like, if you're worried about getting whiff punished, throwing out these is a lot better because it's so much harder to whiff punish because it doesn't linger as long as, like, a heavy punch, right? Was there anything else?
So how would you use light kick?
This is something that I am just starting to try to implement. I think this is kind of a higher level thing. So you can try to implement it. I think it's good against turtle styles with Akuma, right? Like if we're playing footsies and I don't do this against players who are random, by the way. Against players who are random, I don't do this at all. I only do this against disciplined players. If I notice somebody's willing to engage in footsies with me and they're not playing really random and erratic, I like to like space, and then every once in a while I can walk up and do this. You maybe noticed I was doing that to you. This changes the mind game, right? Like if I'm playing like in a spaced range, like both players are like basically trying to space effectively and they're playing disciplined. If I walk up and do this randomly, like it's a space trap, right? So if you press something right after, I can do that, right? Even more than that, most people aren't mashing. If you press a light on their block like that and it's spaced, it basically baits your opponent to start being more preemptive with their gameplay, right? If somebody was doing this to me a lot, I would try to get a feel of when they like to walk up and press light on my block, and then like hit them when they walk up. Because like the only way to beat this is to preemptively throw it out, right? It's so fast that you can't like react to the walk forward and whiff punish it, right? You see that? Plus, like against some players, this is more like a hard read. But if I've like whiff punished them after this a couple times, a lot of players, after I hit this on their block, they like to walk back. And then like sometimes if I have the read on that, I'll hit this on their block and then walk forward and then clip them like that. Does that make sense? So it's like a way to read your opponent's habits. It's just like a really fast space trap that allows you to like
gain info.
Yeah, get info and start mind games. Yeah, basically.
So yeah, that's probably why I've been having a bad time in rank too, like walking up and she's not really meant to be in this ring.
Yeah, honestly, I would say she's not meant to be walking up that much. I think she's good at like playing spaced and then like random aggression. She's good if you play like random aggression with like spaced footsies and whiff punishing. I think you can still walk up, right? Like walking up is like a thing where like if the other person's walking back, it's always good to walk up. But you always want to stay in like your effective like tip range. You don't want to be walking up like this close with Jury, I would say. You want to be like at the tip of like crouching medium kick and heavy punch.
Okay. I think I pretty much understand that.
Dope. Do you have any other thing you want to talk about?
I don't have anything else at the moment.
All right, sweet. You want to play like a first to 5?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. Oh, nice.
Nice.
That works too. Oh yeah, perfect parry would also help a lot. You can like perfect parry jump and stuff.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get better with that option select and like drive rushing out of that too.
Yeah. It's hard though.
It's kind of tough.
I don't even do that much. Oh, I missed it. That's unfortunate.
Oh. No.
I have a bunch of stuff as well. I would say you just have to like study. There's a lot of resources to study. I would just stick to like YouTube channels of people who you know are pretty good and good teachers, and then go from there. There's a lot to work on when you play a fighting game, so like you don't want to get too overwhelmed, and you just want to work on one thing at a time. Like even me, I still usually only work on one thing that I want to get better at a time. Right now I'm working on like being more patient and using Akuma's movement speed. Nice air to air.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't punish that. Oh, oops. I didn't even do that. Nice. Don't you think Akuma is kind of ass? No, I think Akuma's good. He's just really hard. Like, you have to play kind of perfectly. I think he's extremely hard, but if played perfectly, he's really fucking good. The problem is the playing perfectly part.
Yeah,
I think
that helps.
yeah. I think at a low level, he's probably one of the worst characters in the game. Like, I think he starts getting good around, like, 1800 MR, probably. Where you could be pretty consistent with whiff punishes and neutral and stuff like that. I don't know. That's just my theory. I'm no expert by any means. Oh, shit. Nice block. Not gonna kill. Oh, nice jump. Nice. Nice delay mash. My throw.
What had it?
Oh, good job. Oh, punch counter, nice. Oh, I died. Good stuff. Oh, interesting. Nice block. Good stuff. don't know why I keep going for that.
I thought I was gonna be able to walk out.
I don't know why I keep going. Probably shouldn't have burned myself out there. And then smash.
I didn't mean to do that.
I think we'll get the lobby up at some point. Oh my gosh. I really like the delay button. I think that's really good. Ooh, good stuff. Damn. Nice. Oh shit, I fucked it up. keep missing meaty throws. Oh, cross got too late. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Nice bait. Oh, the optimal punish. That was it.
Yeah, it took me a little while to learn that one too.
Yeah. Nice. That was a smart DP. I think your defense is actually super good. Oh, if I did a better punish. Nice. Oh. Oh shit. Oh.
I tried to preemptively throw out the couch medium kick.
Yeah, that would have hit me if the timing was right. I gotta get the last win. Come on. Oh shit. Oh! Oh my gosh, why am I doing this? Nice. Nice, dude. Dude, you're actually insane. Your defense, I think, is your strong suit, I would say. Like,
Oh, you think so?
I think your defense is really good because you do something that I'm trying to implement now, where you like, would you say like you delay button, you delayed mash as your like layer 1 option?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really smart. I think that will definitely take you very far. Like delay mash as your like default option until you have info is going to be like super good for you. So definitely like keep doing that. That's actually something I'm trying to do more of in my gameplay right now. So, but you also like knew when I started throwing you and you started mixing in DPs and stuff, which I thought was really good.
Yeah, I noticed that you were trying to throw me more.
Yeah, because I kept getting hit by the delay mash, and then I started throwing, and then you DP me once, and I was like, yo, what? I think your defense plan is actually like really solid, so I would stick with that. I think the one weakness that I think you do have is like, I don't even think it's a weakness, because I think you were able to pick it up in the long set, right? In the long set, you knew you had to play patient against me, so you started playing patient, and then you understood the mind game around like when to be preemptive and when to do that. But I think the thing that's probably holding you back in ranked is that you're not able to get a quick grasp on that and then switch fast. Does that make sense?
So you saying like adaptability?
Yeah. It's like, because when you start off in a ranked set, you don't know how they're going to play, right? In the long set, I was actually having a lot of trouble against you. A lot of times when you're playing, it's either a ranked set, quick first to 2, or tournament set is quick first to 2 as well. So you have to be able to like be safe and get that info and then adapt your play accordingly, like fast. That's why I suggest like playing patient first, and then once you know your opponent is like patient, disciplined, or turtle style, as you like to say, that's when you can start incorporating the walk-up aggression. But don't do that as your baseline. Like, for example, like your baseline for your defense is delay jab. I think your baseline for like your neutral should be a little bit more patient, and then if you want, you can also mix in random drive rush, just because like Jury's random drive rush is like a good baseline, right? Just because it's like hard to check, right? Like somebody trying to check drive rush medium kick is pretty hard, you know?
Okay, got you.
Yeah, that's the number one tip I would give you. Just like your delayed jab is your baseline defense, make your baseline neutral a little bit more patient, and then once you get info, you can get aggressive off the info, or you can be preemptive off the info, right? You want to be more preemptive off the info if your opponent's more aggressive, and you want to be more like walking forward aggression off the info if your opponent's more turtle style.
Okay. I think you're like giving me the keys right now.
Yeah. I think
The
that will help a
kingdom,
lot.
okay.
I mean, this is something that I had to learn as well. So I think that will help you a lot. Hopefully that helps your ranked grind. Well, it was a great session, Meezy. If you have any questions, we can. I'm down to talk about one or two more things, unless you think you're situated.
I think I'm pretty good.
All right, sweet. Appreciate you being a channel member and supporting the channel, man. It's dope.
Alrighty, yeah, appreciate you. No problem. It's it's going to a good cause. You're helping the FGC get better as a whole. So
Appreciate
I just
that,
want to say
man.
thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime. Well, I'll catch you later, Meezy. Appreciate it again. Peace, homie.
Alrighty.
All right, that was a good sesh with Meezy, y'all. Did you guys like that one? Was it helpful? Was it entertaining?